And one of the many questions we heard from reporters there during that media update is one of the three victims the potential shooter? The doctor not able to answer that. They're going to defer to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, which is the lead agency on this active shooter and shooting response at Evergreen High. We have been getting some information from Jefferson County as much as they're able to update in this active situation. We heard from the public information officer at the media staging point, which is at Evergreen Lake. Heard from her just about a half hour ago. We are expecting another media update at some point. But let's go ahead and continue our coverage, going back out to Lakewood with your reporter, Sarah Horbakowitz, among the reporters there listening in to that doctor and asking those important questions. Sarah?
Yeah, we just heard from the hospital just a few moments ago with the latest updates that we have here. And we know that there are 3 students here that are all in critical condition. We also know they're either in the emergency room right now or actively in surgery. They couldn't release any information about the age of these students or if they know if any of these students are the alleged shooter. So we don't know exactly who is here right now. The hospital said they're also working to still reach out to some family members, as some may not yet be connected to their child that's in the hospital. They said they also still have family members that are here. And so this is a very tense situation that they're working through. The hospital said while they are focused here, they're also balancing all the other patients they have in this hospital right now, working, they said, also with their behavioral health team. So this is something that is actively developing. We spoke with them a little bit after that press conference ended, and they said they're going to work with some of the doctors to see if maybe we can learn a little bit more later today as well. So this is a developing scene. We do know that the people here are in critical condition. The hospital said they believe they came from ground transportation, but that this hospital is the closest level 1 trauma center to Evergreen. So that is part of the reason why these students came here. This is a really heartbreaking day, and just you almost, as these things develop, want to remember that there's a lot of pain here as well as these families learn about who's in the hospital. So we're going to continue to try to provide the latest as we get questions from some of those family members. But this is the latest we have right now from the hospital. So for now, I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right, Sarah, thank you. Certainly a lot of emotions being felt here as we learn about these students who were injured in the shooting this afternoon. Thank you.
I want to bring in your reporter, Andrew Hobner, who is live at Evergreen High School. And Andrew, I know you've been there for quite some time now as you continue to cover this breaking news.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what has transpired here since I arrived is the entire entrance of this component of State Patrol and Jefferson County Sheriff. At this point, there really isn't much happening here within the lot. Most of the parents have headed over to Bergen to that reunification point, and there's still a couple of passersby folks that have popped in that just are expressing a general sense of shock. And they themselves are feeling as though, you know, this is something that shouldn't happen, but unfortunately it does. I talked to one man who has family at Conifer High School, and they are feeling the same. They are feeling nervous. They are feeling scared. And how can you not on a day like today when you hear about something happening in a neighboring community in the way that it has happened in Evergreen? And, you know, for Karen Morfitt and myself, you know, this is our community. We're the 2 Jefferson County reporters. I was up here in Evergreen on Monday over at Little Bear doing a story on bears, cute story on bears in the trash can. And then, you know, a couple days later, we are pulled up for something like this. And so this is the difficult part of the news cycle for everyone, from those of us reporting on it to those that are watching it at home, trying to get more information as it unfolds, and we'll continue to work to do so. We'll make sure to chat with the PIOs here, the public information officers with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, to figure out when the next time we're going to get a media briefing is. And once it happens, we'll take that live, and we'll make sure we summarize it as best we can for you at home, guys.
Andrew Hobner live as we continue to cover this breaking news for you. 3 people shot at Evergreen High School. They have now been transported to St. Anthony's Hospital in Lakewood. And Andrew there, as you heard, talking to the public information officers from all of the different agencies who responded to this. We heard from Jackie Kelly, the public information officer from the Jeffco Sheriff's Office. She gave a media briefing right around 1:50 this afternoon. That first call of this shooting came in at about 12:24. Jackie said immediately after that first call came in, everybody rushed to that high school to try and make sure that everybody there was safe. and that they could do what they could to secure that area. We do know that they are still searching for a shooter. At least that is the last update that we got about 30 minutes ago, that they are still searching, and they don't know if it is just one or multiple shooters in this incident.
And we do know that a number of different agencies responded to that high school, like you said, Michael, from state and local regional resources. Alan Janae is your reporter in the foothills. We know that he has made it to the area of the high school. He is joining us by he will be joining us, excuse me, by phone. We did hear from him about an hour or so ago as he was rushing out to that area, and he told us just kind of the scene, seeing so much law enforcement, not only rushing to the area of Evergreen High School, but then seeing so many leaving that area, driving in the opposite direction, which I think we can safely presume that that was part of the law enforcement escort to get those victims from Evergreen High to St. Anthony's in Lakewood. We have been seeing also a number of school buses that have been going in and out of the Evergreen High area as this perimeter has been set up. As you can see, Colorado State Patrol helping with some of the road closures, but there has been this very slow, steady, but safe process, as we heard from Jackie Kelly with Jefferson County, talking about how law enforcement did make it in to the high school, and they are presumably still going room by room to safely evacuate those students and faculty so that they can then be reunited with their family at Bergen Meadow.
And we've been bringing you obviously video from on the ground. We've also been bringing you shots from our helicopter, and we did have the chance to see students leaving that building as they were being cleared and escorted out, obviously, into a safe area. So that obviously good news. And one thing to note from the update that we just got from St. Anthony's, while those 3 minors are students and all are in critical condition, they do believe that it is only those 3 people who were injured in this shooting.
And now we do know your reporter in the foothills, Alan Janae, is on the ground near the high school. He joins us by phone. So, Alan, what are you seeing there at the high school?
Well, I've been here for close to a half hour now, and I'm along Buffalo Park Road near Evergreen High School. Here, some family members are gathered looking for information about their children. Some of them notably and understandably frustrated, but the sheriff's office is giving them some information as they get it. The latest is that buses are coming in. I just saw buses brought in to bring students out, and buses will be taking children mostly to Bergen Meadow School, others potentially to the Big R, and that is at the intersection of Stagecoach Road and Highway 74. There's a store and a large parking lot there. So some of the students will be going there. The buses I just saw brought in maybe 5 minutes or so ago. But, of course, there are a lot of parents here who are just waiting for word with their children. And some of them have had those phone conversations with them and do know that their children are safe, and they feel thankful for that. Many are just simply waiting here for word to try and understand what's happened. Also in front of us here along Buffalo Park Road, and I'm a little bit to the west of the high school, at the entrance of the road that leads up to the high school, there is an area taped off, and there are evidence markers on the ground there. That area is one area where people are being kept away from. Unclear of what the situation is there at the corner of Buffalo Park Road and the road leading up to the high school. At this point, though, the parents are being told that the situation has ended and that their children are going to be on the way out. And that is, of course, a great reassurance to them. Michael and Kelly, at this moment, I'm watching a lot of fire equipment as well as sheriff's equipment here, of course, and a huge, huge response in this area to this shooting.
Alan Janae reporting from the area of Evergreen High School. We appreciate your urgency to get there and bringing us a better idea of what is happening in that community. We're also now looking at some of the video of what has been part of this massive response from all across the metro area to the shooting that happened earlier this afternoon at about 2 hours ago now.